we sit enjoying the shade.
Hey, brother, pour the wine.
Drink the drink that I have
Good
made.
evening, happy Sunday. Welcome to Drink in the Style, brought to you by Habitation Furnishing and Design. I'm your host, Gregory Rich, and I'm going to help you kill your Sunday early evening with some booze and conversation. My guest tonight is Catherine Lehman. Catherine is a designer and a partner at Stephen Vincent Design, which is a local jewelry store that features, among other things, bespoke original jewelry created by hand on premises.
Yes.
Catherine, welcome to Drink in the Style.
Thank you for having me. So thrilled to be here.
We've been having
You
so
missed-
much fun
you missed
before
the
we
pre-intro.
started. Actually, yeah, the pre-intro was absolutely fantastic. We may have to do that as some kind of like add-on extra, right, Brett?
Indeed, I think so, yes.
There it is. The revenue stream is secure. We are joined also by Mr. Dan Newkirk, our master of spirits from Mercy Restaurant and Mill Valley Kitchen and Benedict's. Dan, how are you?
I'm great.
Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. We also were drinking a little bit of gin before we got started to warm ourselves up, which is a drink that people generally, it's a little known fact that we like to do a little bit of a primer shot before we start recording the show.
Oh, we primed up pretty well today.
We did a great job priming up with Broker's Gin. Broker or Brokers? Brokers, plural. And yeah, it's weird. People don't like to do shots of gin that much. And Dan, even you said you don't generally do it, but once you did, you get a nice warm fuzzy.
I am so warm and tingly right now. A man of my vintage. Yeah.
You've been dying. Just
I've been
dying
waiting
to
to drop
use that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a theme.
Oh yeah. I think we should have a show based on the vintages.
The vintages. Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that said,
Generation vintage.
generational
Generation
vintage.
V.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Double entendre. Double entendre. Yes. Nailed it. Oh man.
We're going to edit this down to about a 6-minute show when it's all said and done. The innuendo is just off the charts. Well, in any event, Mr. Newkirk, sir, my friend, what are you going to mix up for us?
So we're gonna do a not so classic gin martini.
A not-so-classic gin martini. Brett, hit some music.
Just by
Take us away.
By classic, true London dry gin is with the Brokers. But instead of using a traditional vermouth from either France or Spain, using a aperitivo. So it's still fortified wine.
Okay.
So basically, it started off with grapes, and they've made their own thing. So this is Cochi Americano. It has a nice specific sweetness to it. It plays really well with the Brokers gin. Also, on top of that, I added a little bit of dash fire grapefruit bitters. And then I'm going to incorporate some citrus because I brought an orange and I brought a lemon. Those two things will just kind of brighten it up quite a bit.
That's a lot of citrus.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that home with you. But make sure you put that in the refrigerator as any fortified wine. You go into a bar and you see vermouth on the rail not being refrigerated.
Flee.
Run. Mm-hmm. Run for the hills.
I know, it's the strangest thing. People have no idea, but and it's a weird type of thing because you don't have to refrigerate liquor. You wouldn't refrigerate regular liquor, but as soon as you have a fortified wine, you have the possibility of contamination. You have the possibility of it going bad.
Bring the glass over here, please.
All right. Our cocktail is mixed up. You've stirred rather than shaken this.
I brought coupes. I brought coupes instead of bringing martini glasses because I'd have probably broken the martini glass in my bag. But another fun fact is the coupe. This vintage V. This was made after Marie Antoinette's breast.
Seriously?
Yeah.
To scale?
Yeah. She had the itty bitty titty committee. I'm sorry. Can I say that online?
No.
Okay.
But we're starting out
has it.
well. Legend has it. Really? I mean, and is a standard coupe glass like 4.5 ounces?
Depends. This one's actually 5.
I don't know. This all sounds to me like Marie Antoinette got caught and came up with the best excuse ever.
Hey, let them eat cake. All right?
Measuring for the new coupe glasses, my dear.
Yeah. You're gonna be famous. I'm gonna make you a star. Yeah.
All right, you're zesting the lemon.
Yep.
So we're gonna have a twist
the orange.
and an orange. So
Yeah.
this is almost like a summer martini, I would call this.
We've done some really cool stuff, here, and I don't want to be just basic and boring.
No, you're raising the bar, and you continue to raise that bar. All right, are you gonna add heat? Or are you just gonna?
Nope, no heat this time.
All right. mixing it in, and you are crushing the zest, spritzing gently from a height of maybe 3-4 inches over the glass. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the term for that?
Expressing.
Expressing. Now, while he's expressing himself, Catherine, you actually make an amazingly good Manhattan as
I
well.
do.
Do you
Which one's
express in any way?
Yeah. Orange, little orange zest is nice.
You're right. You do add a little bit of orange.
Can you smell that right now? You were talking
can.
about you go
This
by
is
smell.
amazing.
Just
Yeah.
all the citrus in the air.
Yeah.
My favorite zest is the lemon zest because it reminds me of the lemon Starburst.
Really?
Oh.
I
Were you a
got
Starburst
I got
guy back in the day?
Just a special place in my heart for the lemon.
You
The one that
really?
nobody really cares about.
I know. You were the kid that could just go and happily take all the lemon.
Yoink. Yeah.
Wow.
You keep your red number 5 with your red ones. No thanks.
All right. Well, you have mixed together in a coupe glass. And by the way, also on the coupe glass, I got to say, it's Jordan Morris, who's had been the mixologist at the beginning of the show, and still a good friend of the show and great solid guy, always used to rail against martini glasses because he would point out, why would you possibly want to serve a cocktail on a plate? I mean, it's so utterly
It's awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So it's great to use a coupe glass. All right, so we're going to give this a little sip, a little try. That is, all right. That is so different from the traditional taste of a martini that I'm almost hesitant to call it a martini.
But it is.
It is a martini, though. It's not served in that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What would you say is the most flavorful aspect? Is it the lemon overpowering the orange?
There's grapefruit, lemon, and orange going on in that
Yeah,
bad boy.
it's just
Plus, with the Cokie Americano, they all just love each other.
It's wonderful. All right, that's a top-notch drink. We're going to take a break in a couple of minutes, but before we do, now, Catherine, I wanted to ask you. You've been in jewelry for quite a while. You have designed, you've developed. We're going to talk a little bit about the sources of jewelry and the types of things that you guys do over at Steve and Vincent Design. But let's start out this way. What is your favorite stone? What is your favorite jewel?
Oh, it's like asking who's your favorite child.
I like our dog.
I
Ike.
understand
I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
I used to like diamonds, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Before I was in the jewelry industry.
Okay.
So I came to the jewelry industry through my husband.
Mm-hmm.
So before I met my husband, I knew nothing about. So diamonds were kind of it.
Right.
Rubies, sapphires, but I found out that rubies and sapphires are actually the same gem.
Really?
Sapphires come in all colors, from white to green to pink to.
But what is your favorite?
Once it's red, it's a ruby. I think it's hard to say. Diamonds are.
You're
kind of
still
gold.
a classic. At
It's a
heart,
gold
you still
standard.
love the
It's-
infinity of a diamond. But this
Yeah.
is so interesting. So you're telling me that a ruby and a sapphire are the same stone,
Once
but if
it's-
it's red, it's a ruby.
once it's
If
red,
it's
it's ruby.
but sapphires come in different colors.
There's pink, green, blue,
Cognac.
cognac. No, those are diamonds.
Oh, geez.
Diamonds that come in cognac.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to learn here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. Stick with us. We're going to be talking about jewelry soon. This is Gregory Rich, founder of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style every Sunday at 5 p.m. You know, on the radio program, I often say that life is the big stuff, but living is in the details. The furniture in your home may be details, but that's where you do the living. So why not speak to one of Habitation's design professionals about making your space the best it can be? Habitation, 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. This is Gregory Rich, founder of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style every Sunday at 5 p.m. You know, I'm often asked what kind of furniture Habitation offers. Now, I can go two ways with this. I can say something like, Habitation specializes in warm, modern, raw, industrial, and organic contemporary home furnishings. But what does that mean? It means that we have some really cool stuff, and that is the answer that usually goes over better. But cool doesn't mean crazy. And I'm proud to say that everything we offer at Habitation is functional and comfortable. The type of furniture that will allow you to express yourself but still works every day. So there it is. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. It's the Twin Cities' best furniture and design showroom. Did you know that Habitation Furnishing and Design has the area's largest selection of noir and CFC furniture? Are you familiar with them? I once had a customer describe noir as a cross between Restoration Hardware and Beetlejuice. I love that. And CFC, bench-made furniture out of the heart of California, is definitionally cool. In any event, check out the lines at noirfurniturela.com and then swing into the store and check them out in person. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 1 mile east of Highway 100 on Excelsior Boulevard.
Bubbles, bangles, hear how they jing-jing-a-ling-a. Bubbles, bangles, bright, shiny beads.
Welcome back to Drink in the Style, a 1-hour conversation about art and architecture, design, and this week, jewelry, which is an awesome discussion point, and the first time we've had a jeweler on Drink in the Style. So, Catherine Lehman, welcome back.
We're honored to be represented here. It's very, very fun.
By way of background, so Catherine is a principal designer and principal owner of Stephen Vincent Design. Stephen Vincent, of course, is your husband.
He is the very talented Mr. Vincent.
Very, very talented.
Yeah.
You guys are located in Calhoun Beach Club.
Yeah.
Which is a really interesting location.
Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful sort of corner space that overlooks the lake. It's not like a regular retail space that's on ground floor. It's a little bit, you got to come upstairs, step through the portal.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, it is.
Be transported just a bit.
It's absolutely true because Calhoun. So there's a parking ramp underneath. You guys, of course, validate parking.
Our favorite thing to do because we used to be in the North Loop and there was no parking.
So now it's pure
would
generosity.
Would you like us to validate your parking?
Oh, wait, where were you guys located in North Loop?
We were right around the corner from Monte Carlo between the two lighting shops.
That's why I know the name because it resonated with me. I'm not much of a jewelry guy.
Yeah.
How funny! That was you next to the Monte Carlo.
It was right. Yeah, we were just around the corner there. So they just renovated
Staggered past
that.
you many times.
Yeah, they just.
How many chicken wings did you eat?
It was great.
Yeah.
We lived upstairs.
For real.
It's very
Yeah.
We had this beautiful space upstairs. It was like 5,000 square feet. We had the shop in the back, and then we lived up front. And then we had a tiny little 200 square foot store in the lobby.
Okay.
It was fantastic. I mean, there was an
Just no parking.
Old bookbinder.
Right.
But now
Brutal.
you've got this beautiful showroom in Calhoun Beach Club, and you've got the facilities right where you're actually creating the jewelry.
Yeah,
and that's,
you can watch the elves at work. It's really fun because we have a big glass window between the showroom and the workshop, and
that's where the magic is made. That's where the jewelry is actually created. So let's talk about some of the jewelry that is specific to Stephen Vincent Design.
Well, one of the things that sort of makes us different than everyone else, I wouldn't say sets us apart, but makes us different is we don't use casting. We don't use wax molds. We don't use component jewelry. Everything is forge and form, which means we're taking flat stock, wire, metal, sheet, and that is being shaped.
Really?
Yes. Everything.
So you guys buy your gold in sheets.
In sheets, wire.
And sheets are in wire.
blanks.
And then you guys physically hammer out.
Hammer, draw. Yeah, we have draw plates too that you can draw your own wire.
I think they call that badass.
Seriously.
Yeah. It's
The more I learn about you guys, the more amazed I am at the process.
It's how it's the level of quality that I entered the jewelry industry in. So he was carrying, a lot of very high-end European jewelers like Heinrich and Denzel, Barbara Heinrich, Humphrey. There's very, very clean, super detailed
Stuff,
but sleek, simple. But it's there. Like the diamond setting is just so, and everything's just so.
The quality and the craftsmanship.
That's when
over
I
the
started
style.
looking at jewelry, right? Before I met my husband, I drove to work every day behind a bus that had a Takori ad on it, and I thought, well, that would be the best thing. It's beautiful. It's, tons of diamonds on everything, like every surface. Nothing wrong with Takori.
Right.
Great great company, beautiful jewelry. Just not what we do. You can't be all things to all people.
You do have a very particular kind of
Aesthetic.
energy and aesthetic.
Aesthetic,
I mean, how would you describe it? I mean, I know you've got kind of bohemian-style roots in what was being created.
Yeah. Steve came through to jewelry sort of in a roundabout way. He started out in the family business being a TIG welder, and he
What is a TIG welder?
He designed compressors for ice rinks. His dad was like one of the three guys who designed Westinghouse, the first refrigerators.
Seriously?
His brother had an ice plant, and so it was a family business. Steve had a scholarship to go to art school, and they're like, nope.
This is the Zamboni family we're referring to. Stephen Vincent Zamboni.
There's Polar Ice. I don't know if you
Polar Ice.
remember Polar Ice. It was
I
a
don't.
while ago. Anyways.
Although I think there's a brand of ice cubes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, that's it?
Polarized?
Oh, all right.
Polarized?
There it is.
Polar Ice,
Polar
not
Ice.
polarized.
Okay, all right.
They were a little polarized.
So he's from Ice
and
Money.
Yes.
And then he got into jewels and diamonds.
Said liquid gold.
He fell in love with the metal part of it.
Okay.
And his other brother is an industrial designer who lives in Italy. He was also an Imagineer for Disney.
Really?
Euro Disney.
An Imagineer?
For Euro Disney, yeah, he helped design that part.
Here's some acid. Make it awesome. Yeah.
Exactly.
Jesus. Where do I sign up for that job?
I know.
Jeez Louise.
So he and Stephen were more the artistic. Dave was the oldest brother was the business guy, and
Yeah.
the
What
younger
do you do?
brothers,
I'm an Imagineer. I want that title.
It's a good
Wow.
title. That's they
Wow.
tell you. But so he took that creative, that
So he-
love of metal, that love of working.
amazing.
and he started making moon and star rings, literally, at the Renaissance festivals. And he did that for a few years, and then he got a store where Buca is now downtown. They had a little shop.
Okay.
And bought his first diamond and
built
built it up.
into
I mean,
this.
he's 43 years independent
Wow.
jeweler.
I mean, the whole family kind of cultivated that eventually.
Yeah, they were all
That's pretty
like
amazing.
super entrepreneurs. Like,
Yeah.
the brothers had worm farms in junior high. Like it was always like a business.
Yeah.
And it is, but he also, I mean, he's got great creative. He does insanely good work. But then he's also, we were talking a little bit about some of the business aspects of like harvesting gold dust, making sure that you're
Yeah.
set up to maximize. I mean, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
You're saying that so everything in your workshop eventually gets harvested for gold dust, essentially?
Essentially, anything that touches metal, even if it's a paper towel, gets put in a special place. So that the filings out of the benches, shoes that you wear in the shop, aprons that get covered in
All of
oil
it
and
is
dust. That all goes into the refiners. When we just changed our location a couple of years ago, and our shop vac that we used, the entire vacuum cleaner went in.
So now, can I ask a
Refined.
question for you? So like, there's you can purchase like gold dust for cocktails, gold Schlager, which they've actually
Yeah.
discontinued making.
Yeah.
They stopped making gold Schlager?
Gold Schlager, gold washer. Like
Yeah.
they discontinued due to the price of gold and flakes, and like it's through the roof. But like now they're using it instead of putting it into a bottle of booze. Well, would that come from you guys, like a jeweler,
Well,
or would you mind that?
They
just
would
mine it?
buy gold leaf. So gold leaf is a process usually done in Japan.
Okay.
And it is gold that gets hammered to a certain micron.
So it's
wafer,
it's
beyond
flattened.
wafer thin. The Indians
Yeah.
like to
Beyond wafer
cover their food with
Yes.
that.
And silver leaf too.
And
yeah.
silver leaf
No
as
kidding.
well.
Yeah. Gold
Interesting.
was actually used in medicine in ancient times
As was lead. So
but gold's inert. Gold's not going to poison you.
no. This is no one's ever died of gold poisoning. Backaches maybe, but still. All right, we're going to take another break and then come back and talk a little bit more with Catherine about Stephen Vincent design, and we're going to refresh our cocktails because these are so tasty. Stick with us.
He's the man with the Midas touch.
Did you know that Habitation Furnishing and Design has the area's largest selection of noir and CFC furniture? Are you familiar with them? I once had a customer describe noir as a cross between Restoration Hardware and Beetlejuice. I love that. And CFC, bench-made furniture out of the heart of California, is definitionally cool. In any event, check out the lines at noirfurniturela.com and then swing into the store and check them out in person. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 1 mile east of Highway 100 on Excelsior Boulevard. Habitation Furnishing and Design is simply the best furniture design studio in the Twin Cities. What is a furniture design studio? It's a place where you'll find professional interior designers who are there to help you select the perfect furniture. A single sofa or an entire home. Our designers love making spaces exceptional. When you're shopping for furniture, it makes sense to talk to a professional. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. This is Gregory Rich, founder of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style every Sunday at 5 p.m. You know, I'm often asked what kind of furniture Habitation offers. Now, I can go two ways with this. I can say something like, Habitation specializes in warm, modern, raw, industrial, and organic contemporary home furnishings. But what does that mean? It means that we have some really cool stuff, and that is the answer that usually goes over better. But cool doesn't mean crazy. And I'm proud to say that everything we offer at Habitation is functional and comfortable. The type of furniture that will allow you to express yourself but still works every day. So there it is, Habitation Furnishing and Design, 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. It's the Twin Cities' best furniture and design showroom. Welcome back to Drink in the Style, Sundays at 5 p.m. on AM 950 here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Available anytime as a stream or a podcast. Hit us up at drinkinthestyle.com or whatever your podcast agent is, or am950radio.com. And you can listen to back episodes as well as stream live episodes in many cases. Well, semi-live.
A lot less bleeping.
A lot less. 30% now with 30% less bleeping.
You know, we have not bleeped anything today yet.
And you've missed a lot, Mr. Johnson. And I believe Chad's going to want to have a word with you. We're talking with
Hey, this
Catherine
is
Layton
progressive radio. It's fine.
from Stephen Vincent Design. It's fantastic, beautiful, artisanal, unbelievable, masterful jeweler in Calhoun Beach Club here in Minneapolis. Catherine, I mean, you're blowing my mind on some of the ways that you guys are making jewelry and some of the things you're doing physically on site. Yeah. And I want to make sure we talk about the engagement ring program that you guys have. Because in between segments, we were taking a look at kind of the quintessential engagement ring that Stephen Vincent Design offers, which you can see on their site, which is?
It's the signature. It's a completely hand-forged mock tension ring. It's
absolutely gorgeous,
yeah.
and it's got
I wear
an
one.
insane weight to it. It's kind of got an industrial vibe.
Unbelievable.
It is not your grandmother's engagement ring, but it
is
still has
not.
that classic
But it
awesomeness.
is
It's almost like a
classic.
single finger brass knuckle. Like
It's-
if you crack somebody with that bad boy, you know what? They're
You can
gonna feel
always
that
tell
shit.
a spouse that bought his wife's ring at Stephen
Stephen
Vincent from the
Vincent
The
unique
slap heard
scar
around the world.
on the back of everyone's head.
I told you.
Guys used to, cut their own little scars.
Which is so
The
cool.
Dukes.
It makes you look
God.
cool. It's totally
was
awesome.
just trying to help
He's
him
either
out.
a badass or he shops at Stephen Vincent Design,
Or he's both.
or he's most definitely both.
Most definitely both.
But it's awesome. So tell the listeners a little bit about this program that you guys have for the engagement rings.
Oh, you mean our Art of Love?
Yes.
Where you can come in and build them with each other. So it starts out like any of our custom design sessions, which custom design is sort of a term that's a little bit might make people a little uncomfortable. It sounds expensive.
It sounds expensive. Yeah.
I used to think custom design was for like Liz Taylor, right?
Right.
So
I mean, it's jewelry,
Diamonds.
and usually you don't have places that have the facilities, don't have the equipment. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to send it off to some little Parisian man in
Yeah.
the Alps.
Ask
or
Jared,
it's like-
that guy.
well,
Don't even start.
many places like you go and you choose your band style, your crown style, and the diamond size, and
Assembling.
I don't want to use that word, but like that's how many places do it. We usually our showcases are a jumping off point to we have our best designs that have been developed over a long time, and it's like, oh, can we do this with that, and can we do it in this color and maybe a little narrower, wider? I want this kind of gem, so. We start with a design session, and then sometimes people decide that they would like to come into the studio with Stephen for the day and actually build them from scratch. So we start with the material and
The
usually-
wires or the sheets.
yeah, and sometimes by 2 PM, they're like, I think we might need to get going.
But you're
Right.
still
They look like they're
working
like,
away.
They are just exhausted. People don't realize the level of concentration. You're working under a microscope all day. Right? My husband spends most of his days setting 1.2 millimeter to 1.5
Well, I mean, those are
diamonds.
those are measured in like micrometers, right?
Yeah, it's like you can set
Yeah.
below a millimeter, and they're fully cut.
Yeah, no, the
They're not like
calibration
chips.
of what that is, the precision is insane.
It is insane.
And if you screw up, you're FUCK. ED.
We're going to
So-
bleep the C in that one, right, Brett? That should create enough confusion.
I'm trying to think of a way we can make it sound dirtier if I just cleared up
You're
part
fun-
of the F.
You're
Yes.
fundamentally out of luck.
Ooh, you know what? I need to use my resource thesaurus. Like when Dan wants to spell out a swear word, just consult Catherine.
She's got it all.
You are the woman of the right vintage. Yes.
You really are.
That's been
actually.
established.
So
That
all
has
right,
been
so seriously, so you guys are making the engagement. So you come in, you can watch the creation of this ring.
They actually participate.
unfold, and they
They-
participate in the
Yep.
build out.
Everything that you can possibly do in a 6 to 8 hour day, and then if there's gem setting, we of course will do that for you. That's not a learning curve that can be accomplished in a day.
And I
So-
hope not, because
Yeah,
that
imagine
requires a level of focus. But then
Yeah.
you've also got beautiful,
We have a
stuff that
full
you yourself
showroom.
have designed?
Yeah, we have a full showroom of necklaces, earrings. We do anything custom. I mean, I've had some really fun little adventures with people, and I even made. One day I made a tooth fairy pillow for a little girl who came in. Who her mom was a good customer, and she always brought her granddaughter. It was her grandmother actually, and so she goes, "Oh, can you?" I would like to get her like a pillow or something. And I said, I'll think of something.
So you made a little tooth
I made
fairy
a
pillow.
I made a little envelope out of felt, and I hand stitched the address
amazing.
on it with a little tooth with a smiley face.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was very
Oh, that's
cute.
so sweet.
It was cute. So it's we do these. It's not just about jewelry. We create relationships. I mean, you get to meet people at their happiest, at their most hopeful. It's
Oh, that's true.
and
That's true.
Sometimes people are coming in because it's.
So
things
do you
haven't worked
look
out.
at people and do you think, oh, it'll never last?
No.
I'm sorry, I know.
The devil's advocate over here. Geez.
We do have a diamond leasing program that you may want to consider.
No, the type of person who is looking for like experiential shopping, like we offer.
Exactly.
It's not like, oh, there's a. Well, do you think you want to get married? Like, there's a
Are you sure?
big place over there you can go try on and try on and try on and try on. Most people who find us have done a little research.
They understand the level of commitment. that
They
they're gonna make.
understand it's not a monetary commitment. I think that we are
No, your prices are actually, just coming
Very,
straight out.
very reasonable.
I was shocked the first time a few years ago that I came into your showroom. And
Yeah.
just honestly,
Yeah.
we have a lot of artists on the show, which I'm very proud of and absolutely love. And I think it was John Gerber who pointed out that, in buying the original art, you're buying the experience. You're buying not just, the outcome, but the entire labor and development.
Well, my dad was an artist, and he often, how long did it take you to paint that? Well, 42 years, 11 hours, and 15 minutes,
true.
whatever. And it's like, people are like, oh, well, how much does it weigh? And I'm like, well, there's a pound of wool, and there's an Armani suit. Okay, so.
Great point. Ooh, that is a great, Dan, make a note of that one, right?
So it's what are you doing with the lump of gold? I can't do with a lump of gold what Stephen can do with a lump of gold. I can try, but I'm not.
Because he's an artist. And he
is a master goldsmith, and he's self-taught, but he flew all over the world to study with the best people he could find that were willing to share what they knew.
Again,
and
cute
he is
badass.
He is a total badass when it comes to stuff like
That's
that.
awesome. Just like seeing him out back with his leather apron, forging steel. like I'm gonna make the best ring ever.
That's right.
Lord of the Rings chimes in. I mean, shit, your ring is Lord of the Rings. Best ring ever. Just slamming that shit.
It's true.
That's awesome.
It's true.
That's so awesome.
I know.
Loves it. He
It
loves
is.
it.
And it's jewelry, which most people, again, that's why I'm so happy to have you on the show, because it is such a cool blend of something that is considered kind of totally exclusive.
Yeah.
And yet you've made it affordable. It's supposed to be totally, frankly, prissy, I think is a word that people might use sometimes for jewelry.
People don't often
But you
get
got badass stuff.
treated nicely either if they come in. I'm not dressed for it. I'm like, just
Okay, so
come from the gym. I don't
let me
care.
ask a question.
Honestly.
Open forum. So I've always had the want for a pinky ring. But the connotation
we can help you with that.
the connotation with I don't know, pimp. I'm not a pimp. I like the pinky ring. I have a nervous twitch where I constantly need to play with something. The watch is
we need to get you a ring then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, I can't play with something all the time in public. So yeah. Anyways, so I've been
Can you make
dying
him a
to
tiny
do.
pillow?
But I really love your ring, and I love that cognac diamond inlay.
Dude, the pinky ring actually is due for a comeback.
I'm leveling up. And I think we should talk.
We can help you with that
That's
for sure.
awesome.
I love doing stuff like those types of
Newkirk
crafts.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Stephen
but I'm just saying,
Vincent
I
design.
could tap it, I could twirl it, I could, shit. If it's as heavy as your ring, I got a 1-finger brass knuckle.
I've got the perfect design for you.
I like your style.
Yeah,
I like
do.
your style.
Yeah.
Drinking the
Nice.
style.
I'm so thrilled. Yeah, I'm so thrilled. That's why we're making friends.
Yeah.
We're making everyone come together.
No, I mean, it's
but back
it's
to
a
the pinky
great
ring
time.
very quickly, if I may, because I'm Italian, so you're touching, you're pulling on a certain
I'm
chord,
Albanian. Same shit, bro.
right? And by the way, do you know why Italians like to wear so many rings? It's to show off that we still have all our fingers.
Wow.
Oh, I'm glad you're telling that joke.
Very, very
Boom,
Vinci.
boom.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But the pinky ring, the index finger ring never looks right. It
No.
just doesn't look right. You can't put a ring on your swear finger. You just can't do it. The ring finger obviously is spoken for, but then that makes
The
an
pinky
easy
is
one.
left out of the deal.
All you got left is
Yeah.
the pinky. We should go with pinkies.
I like it. I think it's a great statement.
But it's a tapper, and I am so
it
fidgety.
has
If
to-
I put a pinky ring on, I would be complete.
You would be actually.
Yeah.
Allow me to
I would.
help
I
you
would
with
chill
that.
the f out.
We're going to keep folks
Allow me to
updated
help
on the
you with
development of Dan Newkirk's pinky ring here in the age of.
But
Michaela.
your stainless steel ring that inspired me though. The inlay of just for you a cognac diamond. Get the fuck out of here.
It is. Listeners, my original wedding band I had to have cut off because I broke my hand. And then I replaced it with just a regular gold band, which kind of was nothing, didn't mean anything to me. And then when I went into Stephen Vincent Design, took a look at some of these, she showed me this gorgeous steel band, which normally I would not have been a fan of steel because it's not a precious metal. But in fact, steel is cool. And the way you guys have designed this as a weighty thing with a gold inlay that only I can see on the inside of the ring, and then a cognac diamond
set in that
set
gold.
inside makes it just, it's an object of lust.
You just
for real men.
sex spoke.
I did sex spoke.
Yeah.
You have to treat your ring
And it's
like a
called,
woman.
it's called a senzogen inlay. It's a Japanese inlay technique.
Of course, you made it better.
That is they cut the channel wider at the bottom, and then gold is tapped in, so it doesn't need to be soldered or anything
That's-
like
I was
that.
going to ask
Stupid.
about that.
That's so stupid.
So you actually hammer in the gold?
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
You take-
cool.
It just
you have
got sexier. Just got sexier.
No. That's what we
Yeah.
do at Stephen Vincent Design.
Oh, that was beautiful. Bam. Folks, we're taking a quick break. Then we'll be back to talk more with wonderful Catherine Lehman.
Yeah.
Giving it up on the Broadway stage. Hang with the rats and smoke cigars. Have a break with Frank and count the stars. Dress to the nines with hair to match.
This is Gregory Rich, founder of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style every Sunday at 5 p.m. You know, I'm often asked what kind of furniture Habitation offers. Now, I can go two ways with this. I can say something like, Habitation specializes in warm, modern, raw, industrial, and organic contemporary home furnishings. But what does that mean? It means that we have some really cool stuff, and that is the answer that usually goes over better. But cool doesn't mean crazy. And I'm proud to say that everything we offer at Habitation is functional and comfortable. The type of furniture that will allow you to express yourself but still works every day. So there it is, Habitation Furnishing and Design, 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. It's the Twin Cities' best furniture and design showroom. Did you know that Habitation Furnishing and Design has the area's largest selection of noir and CFC furniture? Are you familiar with them? I once had a customer describe noir as a cross between Restoration Hardware and Beetlejuice. I love that. And CFC, bench-made furniture out of the heart of California, is definitionally cool. In any event, check out the lines at noirfurniturela.com and then swing into the store and check them out in person. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 1 mile east of Highway 100 on Excelsior Boulevard. This is Gregory Rich, founder of Habitation Furnishing and Design. I have a philosophy. Furniture should be beautiful, but if it's not comfortable, it's not much use to anyone. That's why at Habitation, we work hard to make sure that the furniture we sell is stylish and functional. Unique and useful. What more can you ask for? Habitation Furnishing and Design, 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. It's the Twin Cities' best furniture and design showroom.
Diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me. They won't leave in the night. I've no fear that they might desert me. Diamonds are forever.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Drink in the Style. Love listening to that song. I hate.
Float in on
Crushed the
Shirley
music on this
does,
show.
yeah.
Crushed the
Right?
music this time. Oh my God.
Thank you. You know, you go
Very.
back to the classics. Shirley Bassey. It's one of the classics. Diamonds Are Forever. I'm going to listen to this album on my way back from the studio. I really am.
I was waiting for the Kanye version to kick in.
There's a Kanye version?
Really, bro?
Yeah, no, this Kanye person.
I'll send it over to you, yeah. College dropout. You're gonna
I'm a
love
man
it.
of a certain vintage.
Yeah. Nailed it.
We have been speaking this evening with Catherine Lehman of Stephen Vincent Design in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Before we go into a couple other things, I don't want to miss the opportunity, Catherine. What is your website address, first of all?
It is www.svstudio.com. We're also on Facebook under Stephen Vincent Design, Minneapolis. And
Stephen with a V or PH?
PH, STEPHEN, Design.
Good call. Good catch.
It is.
No, and
There's
it's great
another
to follow.
Stephen Vincent in on the West Coast that is not affiliated with us.
He's the worst Stephen Vincent ever.
No,
No?
he's a
He's a
lovely
good guy?
He's a lovely guy.
But he
There's
uses the
Stephen
V.
Vincent Wine, and so we've gotten to know a few people that have this same.
Oh, same name.
that
Nice to
same
meet
is
you.
Nice, yeah.
Anybody
So-
have a Google search set up for themselves by chance? I have a Google thing that you set it up, and if like your name is mentioned anywhere, it tells you when it is, which is always nice.
That's
too
quite the
much.
vanity, Greg.
No, it's important for a man in my position to know
When you
what's
can get on a
happening.
plane.
When I can get through
Who's talking shit?
But what's
Yeah.
funny is that there is actually a Native American chief in Canada named Gregory Rich.
Oh.
He gets a hell of a lot of press. Absolutely. So I'm constantly like envying
part of
Chief
Canada?
Gregory Rich.
Which part of Canada?
I don't know. It's a very big country, and it's
Manitoba?
basically all the big white part where the snow is. That wasn't a racist thing. That was
The larger part of North America. Is fine.
Yes.
yes, exactly.
I'll look it up later because
Yes.
he might be Haida
Look
Gwaii.
up Grand Chief Gregory Rich.
He might be Cree or Haida Gwaii, and then
He was having a big. Is that your background? Are you part Native?
I would. That would be fantastic,
course
but I'm
it
not. I grew up around a lot of. My dad was an artist and had many Native Canadian artist friends who are quite famous around the world. So
You know who is part Native American? Carl Peltier. Carl, who has been on the show, my chief, my commercial design lead,
really,
is part Native,
Nice.
and you would never know it since he's a ginger and looks.
is that right?
Yeah, totally not.
The Scottish, the Scottish
Chromosomes got mixed up a little bit.
The Peltiers, they were French trappers,
Right.
French,
and then, of
yeah.
course, the Native American. You see how it
Yes.
all comes together.
It's true.
But
Métis.
Carl
Yeah.
just got engaged, and he and his fiancee Nate actually bought their rings at
That's
Stephen
Carl.
Vincent.
Yes, we
That's awesome.
love Carl.
Isn't he awesome? And you guys on the social media made
Yes.
me remember that I have to talk about it
Yes.
because you guys posted the
They
engagement
were.
picture.
He was such a doll.
You know when I came to the studio Habitat and Greg was supposed to be there.
Habitation.
That's what I'm saying. And luckily, Carl was there to guide me through the place, and
Yeah.
he was amazing.
Yeah, he's a
This
lovely,
guy over here.
lovely guy.
Carl's quality. I'm completely irresponsible in every way.
Yeah, we had a great time. We had a great time designing rings and helping him with his proposal. And a lot of times people want the element of surprise, which is with custom rings is a little difficult because of fit. And,
Giving people what they want.
and rings don't mean
Always.
a lot until they're your ring.
Right.
So we always try to sort of give flexibility.
So did they do it
When-
together, or was it a surprise?
It was a surprise.
Okay.
Well,
But-
Nate ran in ahead.
Yes, it was kind of a surprise.
So he knew he was getting hitched, but he came in and kind of like pre-picked a little bit.
No.
no,
No, Carl didn't know until Nate. Well,
popped the question.
popped the question.
Right.
But then we always work with people.
So he popped the question with an empty box, essentially.
No,
Really? Well, I don't
we
get it.
got it.
I don't get it.
This is where
We
we're
get
going.
them something. We try to get them something that isn't. If it's going to be a surprise, we want to have certain elements, but then something that's a surprise, but not too much of a direction. I wouldn't start with a signature ring
Yeah.
or something with a lot of gems because not some people
You're losing me.
too much.
What happened?
Bought a lovely ring that he liked. I said, find something that you like that you
And you
feel
said this to Nate,
represent. Yes,
who was shopping.
Who represents,
Carl was unaware
right.
that he was getting engaged.
Always-
Happily working away.
Right. Always choose something that you love and you can imagine yourself giving to the person, and not. I said they're probably going to love it. They're not going to bring it back. They might bring it back for sizing. I said, it's more than the object.
Right.
It's a many-layered
The
thing.
intent. I
Yeah.
mean, but you want to have the backup in case you do choose
Right.
wrong, because you may.
But we always say just bring it back and we'll start from scratch if we have to. So don't worry about that portion of it. But we'll usually try to do something that's available, like in the case,
Right.
so that they can just bring
So
it back and
choose
then we'll
something
start redesigning. Yeah.
From your fabulous, beautiful collection,
Mm-hmm.
which it is, a fabulous and beautiful collection. Use it. Pop the question, and then you come back, and
Yeah.
if there's interest in trading
Yeah.
out or changing, you're
Yeah,
totally
and we
good at
don't
that.
we don't charge you like a restocking fee or none of that stuff. It's like just bring it back. Let's start over.
Now, Carl, did he kept the same ring though, didn't he?
I believe he did. Yeah, I can't quite remember, but I think we had to size it.
It was a really nice ring, and it was
Yeah.
kind of square rather than purely
The
round.
soft square. The
Soft square.
What the hell's a soft square?
It's like the shank is like has soft corners on it.
so the
it
outside
doesn't
has
roll.
more
It's more
design,
like
but the inside.
No, the inside is also squared, and it's made from flat stock. But we also shape the interior of it. And one of the things that
Again, I see
say,
your husband outside just banging away, banging away like.
And he
I'm
is.
gonna
I mean,
make
the
this
dude,
the best square
he is
ever.
bad at. I mean,
That's
he comes
awesome.
out, he's got his
That's so
apron
awesome.
on. You know, he's.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so cool.
he loves it. But it's we're always trying to do things. And the thing that people say most often when trying on Stephen's work is, "Oh my God, it's so comfortable. I can't believe how comfortable this is."
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it is. I don't shop for jewelry. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So people who are shopping for jewelry.
Okay.
They come in and they go, "Oh my God, this feels like," and I go, "Like butter, right? It's buttery." And they go, "Oh, that's exactly it. It's just like."
It is. It is. My wedding band is
Ghosts on your
slightly
finger.
rounded, but not the regular. It's got kind of a strange, kind of undulating edge within
Oh,
it.
because you have a very wide band. So we built up the comfort fit in the center of those bands.
sausage finger
so that
collection.
you don't get so that you can wear them in all year round. Because
Right.
if it's a flat,
Swelling
if
and-
it's flat on the inside,
I used to get a
it's
terrible
hard-
rash from my ring.
Yeah,
I
so you get some circulation around it, but it's still holding it tight
Yeah.
on the middle portion of it. So it's fitting like maybe a 4 millimeter wide when that's like about a 12.
that makes sense. You're exactly right,
Yeah.
because that's where the little curve is
right.
holding up.
Yeah.
You're aerating my finger, my giant sausage fingers, if you will.
Giant size. They're not
I have
giant.
massive hands.
You
Nobody under 6'5" has bigger hands
No,
than me.
my dad had bigger hands than you.
You've got big hands.
I do have big hands.
But no, nobody. Seriously, it's
I got-
gigantic. I can
yeah, you
palm
do
a
have giant
basketball
fucking
with no
hands.
problem at all.
No, my dad.
I got big shoes. I swear to God.
I promise.
You know what we should do? We should do the habitation audio log while we still have a show. The never-ending habitation audio log that I have not done in a while. But
There you
Brett,
go.
should we take that away?
Can you really do it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds?
I can't. I just desperately needed to change the subject before this thing went into a
So-
direction where someone asks us to edit this nonsense out.
Progressive radio. What the hell?
You never know.
One innuendo after another.
The conservatives listen to it as well.
That's fine, but that's smart radio.
They feed off the anger. They
It worked if you just threw some God and Jesus
offends
in
you,
there.
you're welcome. If you're offended,
Seriously.
you're freaking welcome.
All we need to do is whenever Dan swears, we just need to throw a God and a Jesus instead.
Nice. Nice.
Should I record it now? Sweet baby Jesus. That's what I want you to put in instead of the bleep. Ready?
Hail Mary, full of grace.
Sweet baby Jesus. No, shit, we're going to have to cut that out. I'm just kidding. And I don't know if I am. I'm totally off the rails because gin is a top-notch drink. Dan, tell us about the new Mercy.
The new Mercy or the new Benedict's?
The new Benedict's, even better.
New Benedict's is in Rochester. It's 2 blocks away from the Mayo Clinic. We get a lot of Mayo business. It's in the Hilton. Just below us is Pittsburgh Blue.
Oh.
So pretty much like kind of badass for the whole, like the Hilton 300 rooms. If you want room service, you can get steak, you can get eggs, you can get every part of the meal.
Holy crap, really?
And not gonna lie, our fried chicken Benedict, which is the new accompaniment to the menu, hot fire.
I've had that. You've had that in Wayzata.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
quality stuff.
But like we went from 6 bennies to 7 bennies. And last night I had an epiphany, and I haven't told chef owner Mike Rakin this yet, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna start making my Bloody Mary for the company wide, and I think we're gonna start selling a hot sauce soon.
Really?
We already make it, but we can't sell it because we don't have a fermentation license. So I think that's going to be the next horizon. I'm going to tell him this week. He doesn't know yet, but we're going to start changing some things.
Well, we're going to find out if Mike actually watches the show or listens to the show.
He'll be fine. He loves it.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of another episode of Drink in the Style. We've been charmed by Catherine Lehman, a woman of a certain vintage.
A woman of a certain vintage.
Which is a-
Bet your boots.
Absolutely great line. And Dan Newkirk, thank you for mixing up a fantastic martini. Ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I want to leave you with my favorite quote from Coco Chanel. The best things in life are free. The second best are very expensive. Good luck, everybody.
La 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 la.